Are you moving to the Atlanta area and you want to live in the heart of it all? I'm talking living where there's nightlife, restaurants, things to do, and you will maybe want to live in a high-rise like this. Well, then you might want to consider Midtown. Let's get into talking about all about living in Midtown right now. Hey guys, it's Molly Slesnick here, and thank you for joining me on my channel today. If you want to follow along, especially if you're new here, please hit that like and subscribe button, and do me a favor and hit that bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when I post a new video. But I am your walking, talking tour guide of all things here in the Atlanta area, and I really just want to show you different neighborhoods, so hopefully you can find one that matches your lifestyle and your budget. So whether you're moving from out of state or maybe you're just from the burbs and you're trying to figure out which neighborhood to live in, hopefully my vlog tours will help you out there. But if you have any questions as I go along, definitely put those questions in the comments section, or you can always shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call. All my information's in the section below. Love to hear from you and see how I can help you out and make your move here a little bit easier. So here we are, we're talking about Midtown today. I'm actually in Piedmont Park and I'm really struggling finding some good lighting. It is a fall day here in November and the sun is just at an awkward angle. Anyway, but I'm here in Piedmont Park, which is right next to Midtown. You can see maybe the buildings here in the background, but I'm gonna go tackle that in a little bit, but I just want to talk here first where it's a little bit more quiet and you can hear me really well. But Midtown, so yeah, it is in the center of the city. Let me put up a map so you can see exactly where it is. It's right next to 75, 85. You've got Piedmont Park bordering the other side, and then kind of south of it is the Old Fourth Ward Park area. Location wise, I mean, going to the airport, you're looking at 15 to 20 minutes max. Buckhead, probably 18 minutes, and literally you can just follow Peachtree, which runs down the heart of Midtown. You can take Peachtree all the way up into Buckhead. So about 18 minutes there. If you want to get over to like the Emory Children's Hospital, CDC, again, 15 to 20 minutes. So really easy highway access. You know, if you're looking to get over at the Beltline, it depends on where you live in Midtown, but you know, let's just say 10th and Piedmont over to the Beltline, which is the opposite side of Piedmont Park, you're looking about, it's like 0.8 miles. So that can give you an idea of how far it is to that. But yeah, like Midtown just has so many things. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna pack all of this in one video, and I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to, so I'm gonna just cover as much as I can for you in today's video. But I would say, you know, some of the highlights of living in Midtown is that you are just in the center of tons of restaurants. I can't even name them all off. I'll put up a list here, but some of my favorites are South City Kitchen, Echo, there's the Consulate, and the list goes on. And those are like more upscale restaurants, but there's some casual places in there as well too. I forgot to mention grocery stores. I always want to know where grocery stores are if I'm going to be living in a certain neighborhood. And there's actually a ton of grocery store options. There's a brand new Whole Foods, I think just a couple of years old. It was off of 14th Street. There's a Publix. They're just a block south of 10th Street, right by the Plaza Midtown condos. There is a Trader Joe's on the opposite side of Piedmont Park. And then there's a Publix and a Kroger over at the Ansley Mall. So lots of grocery store options. If you are into the arts, well, that's where you're gonna find all the artsy stuff here in Midtown. So there's the High Museum of Art. There's the Woodruff Art Center. So if you want like listening to the Atlanta Symphony, that's where you go for that. There's also the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, and it's on the north side of Piedmont Park. That's a great place to hit up during the holiday season. They have a great light show, so it's one not to miss. Take my kids there every year. Then there's also Piedmont Park, which I'm standing in, and it's just such a beautiful park if you just want to take a walk or a bike ride, or I love to run around here. There's also a farmer's market here. It's every Saturday morning from I think 9 to 1. And what else? There's a dog park here. So if you're living in one of those high rises and you want to get your dog out, you can take them over to the fantastic dog park here in Piedmont Park. They've got a couple different playgrounds for the dogs depending on size. So Yeah, Piedmont Park is just a great green space, and they hold a lot of festivals here. Music Midtown is here in September. They have a lot of arts festivals, so it's a great green space for all those residents that live in Midtown. There's also a Center of Puppetry of Arts, which is fun for kiddos, especially, again, I like taking my kids to watch Rudolph, the puppet show, during the holiday season. It's a great one, but they have shows all year round and one to take your kids to for sure. I also can't leave out the Fox Theater, which is just off of, let's see, North Avenue and Peachtree Road. You're gonna find all your Broadway shows there, and it's just a really cool theater to be in. So definitely book a show there sometime because it's a great experience, and I think you're gonna like it. Midtown is also host to a number of parades, and they all go down Peachtree Street. So one of them is the St. Patty's Day Parade. It's actually a really good long parade, great to take your kids to. There is the Christmas Parade, usually the first weekend in December, another great parade for the whole family. There's the LGBTQ Pride Parade, and I think that's in October, so that's a fun one. And then this is kind of a funny one, but you know, the Braves just won the World Series, and we had a parade that went down Midtown, and there was quite a few jokes going on because apparently we don't know how to throw a parade last minute because they breezed through Peachtree and the parade was done in like a few minutes. So yeah, we need to work on our parades for winning a World Series, but hopefully we'll have more chances of that here in the near future. So now that I've got kind of the highlights out of the way, what kind of homes can you find here? Well, if you haven't guessed already, it's going to be a lot of high-rise buildings. It's going to be a mix of apartments and condos. Now, if you're coming from New York, I know you call everything, even if you own it, you call it an apartment, but if you're renting, we call it an apartment. If you're owning, we call it a condo. But we have tons of condos, tons of apartments. There actually are single family homes. It's all kind of in one southern section of Midtown, just across the street from Piedmont Park. So I'll show you a home option there as well. And there's some townhomes too, but I would say predominantly you're gonna find condos, and it's a highly dense area, and the skyline is forever changing here in Midtown. They're always building a new building, and I can't actually keep up with all the new buildings that they're doing. So it's fun whenever I drive into Midtown. I just feel like it's always forever changing, but a lot of great stuff there. I'm excited to show you around, and I think it'll just help you see like, hey, what would it look like if I walked out of this condo building? What am I gonna see? So I'm gonna show you exactly that. So that's it. Let's go tackle Midtown right now. So while I'm walking to my car, I'm going to see if I can park just a little closer to Midtown, so save myself a few steps. I'm feeling kind of lazy today, but here I am in Piedmont Park. This is a great place, like I said, to take a walk, take a jog, bring my kids here all the time to play in the park. And on really nice days, especially on the weekends, this place will be packed. Like this field right here will be packed with people just lounging, kind of like those people here in the background. And then there's a gigantic field right behind me this way that I'm walking towards, and you'll find people catching a ball, having a picnic, and getting some rays. And while I'm waiting to cross the street, I might as well point out that there is a nice little bike path that runs all the way to the Beltline entrance right here, and it goes all the way up 10th Street that way. So if you're a biker, you got a lane there designated for you. And this is actually the Peachtree Road Race, which is 10K on July 4th. It's like the 60,000 runners. They will come down this street and then they will finish right here in the park. So this is kind of like the finish line right here. So I was so eager to get over to Midtown and show you everything. I forgot to mention schools, but Midtown is zoned to really great schools. You got Springdale Park Elementary, Howard Middle School, and Midtown High School, which I'm standing right behind. They actually just added this section on. I haven't seen it inside. I've heard it's fabulous. So that took about, I don't know, a year or 2 years, something like that, but it is all open now. But there you go, Midtown High School right across from Piedmont Park. How awesome is that? All right, so I'm coming up on 10th and Piedmont, and I just wanted to point out that there is kind of like an LBGQ area with a few bars, and they've actually painted a crosswalk dedicated to the LGBTQ community. So let's go check it out. is that there is a fire station right here off of 10th and Juniper, roughly. So you're going to hear those fire alarms if you live anywhere in the vicinity. I'm sure you'll get used to it, but it's something to take note of if you're looking at an apartment or a condo complex right by this, because trust me, those sirens are loud. This Henry's restaurant gets really popular, especially on really nice days. This patio is going to be packed and it loops around the corner, so another great spot. Just walking along Peachtree towards 11th Street, but look how pretty this street is. Yep, this is Peachtree Street. So I would say one of the main drags in Midtown is Peachtree Street, and I am standing kind of out front of one complex building called 1010 Midtown. I really like it just because of the architecture. It kind of curves along with the street, but I want to show you an example of a condo in this building. So this is going to be one of the cheaper options I'm going to show you today in terms of condos. And I forgot to tell you what the average condo sales price is in the Midtown area, and that is $329,000. But don't be fooled, there are condos that go up to like over $2 million. So again, I'm showing you kind of the cheapest, not the cheapest, because I know there's some condos that are in the 200K range, but one of the cheaper options. Of course, this is just a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, but here, let me put up some pictures here. So 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 805 square feet. This is listed for $389,000. It's on the 16th floor, and the HOA is $371, which I'd say that's pretty average. It's almost tough to find HOA fees under $300. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but the HOA fees can go up substantially just depending on how big your condo unit is and what level of floor you're on. That can impact your price and your HOA fee. So anyway, that's an example of a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And when the 1010 Midtown building, it has a pool, a gym, like a clubhouse area. So it has all the amenities, a concierge, but it's also located to a lot of great restaurants. You've got the Sugar Factory right here. Cafe Intermezzo is just across the street. And if you like desserts, you have to go here. They have like bajillions of different types of pies and cakes, and literally, I mean, it's heaven. So go check that one out. And there's a lot more restaurants just a block down around the corner on Crescent Avenue. Now, I think that would be kind of like a nightlife scene. You're kind of talking to the wrong gal when it comes to nightlife. I have got 2 little kids, so I don't go out to the bars and clubs anymore, but Midtown is a great place to be if you are young and single. I mean, I think it'd be my top 3 choices if I didn't have kids. So definitely a great scene, and I'm gonna keep walking this way, and I'm gonna take you over to a food hall called the Politan Row, and that just got redone, and it is pretty awesome. So let's check it out. So sometimes on a Saturday, me and my running buddy, we will run up into Midtown along Peachtree, heading towards Buckhead, and we'll run basically up to Piedmont Hospital and turn around. But this is actually a nice stretch to run on in the morning and on Saturdays, because there's not a lot of traffic, not a lot of people. So if you're looking for a spot besides the Beltline or a different neighborhood, you could really just run along Peachtree Street. Okay, so I'm at Colony Square, and a lot of people will come here during their lunch break and grab lunch. So you're gonna see this place will be a lot busier during the lunch hour. It's about 2:30 now, so not as many people out, but there's a really cool food hall that they just revamped called the Politan Row, and that's what I'm walking towards right now. So let's go check it out. Pretty cool food hall, right? So right outside, this is normally kind of like a green space, and they have some like cool lawn chairs, but because it's the holiday season, they have set up an ice rink, as you can see, but pretty cool spot in the summertime to hang out. Okay, so I am right around 15th Street and Peachtree, and I'm standing outside one of Midtown's more luxurious condo complexes. It's called One Museum Place, and I just looked up what a couple of the condos that are currently listed for in this complex, and a 2-bedroom 2-bath is going for anywhere between 1.6 to 1.8, so that gives you an idea of price range. And then right across the street you have the High Museum, and then just a little further down the Woodruff Arts Museum. So you're in a very artsy part of Midtown. All right, so I'm right outside the High Museum of Art. They change up the exhibits all the time, so you never get bored, and if you like art, this is the place to go. And then right next door is the Alliance Theater and the Atlanta Symphony. So like I said, go there during Christmas time. You can watch the Nutcracker, that's a great one. They have all sorts of concerts. So again, the big artsy district right here between 15th and 16th Street right here on Peachtree. I should add that during the holiday season, you should drive down Peachtree Street in Midtown because they do a great job of putting up lights in the trees and decorating it. So it makes for a really pretty ride. And sorry, got distracted. I saw a cop car pulling someone over. I mean, you're gonna find that here. It's a city, right? So not unusual, but I feel very comfortable walking around in Midtown. I want to do that during late at night. I mean, you shouldn't do that anywhere in the late night hours in a city, but during the day, I am a-okay walking around by myself. So Publico is a great little hangout place, good bites, and in the wintertime they do those little globes, so you can reserve one of those and sit in one with some of your friends. Fun little dining option right there. So I'm right here off of 12th and Crescent, and there's a few more dining options. There is the Rira Irish Pub. There's like a poke bowl place, and then a Tin Lindsay's Cantina. So great little patio spots, and there's some more restaurants up to, let's see, that's 11th Street. I'm getting my streets all mixed up, 11th Street and then Peachtree. So I want to take you now and show you one of the newest complexes that have been built, and it would be like your luxury condos, the latest and greatest here in the Midtown option. It's right here off of 12th Street. Let's go. I'm standing outside of one of Midtown's newest luxury condo buildings called 40 West 12th, and this is just off of 12th and West Peachtree Road, and you can see these are the apartment condo buildings right here. And then on this side, we actually have offices for Google, who is moving in. And then on the other side of this building is an Epicurean hotel, which features food and wine. And so this whole building takes up a whole block. I actually got to go take a tour of these when they were still working and building these units. But what I loved about these is, check out, if you can see it right here, these balconies. All of these condo units have really incredible balconies with great views, and it has a double-sided fireplace, all high-end finishes, high-end appliances. It has an indoor pool, and then there's an outdoor pool that's shared by the hotel, but residents can have access to. And they have a really nice, I think it's 1 acre green space in the center of the building. Now, I will say, it's a luxury condo, so the prices start at 1.1 and they go up to $2.2 million. And the unit I looked up, the HOA fee was around $1,700 a month. Now, depending on which floor you're on, how big the condo unit is, obviously that's going to have a factor on how much the unit costs. It's a great walking location to just a few blocks from Peachtree Street. You're a few blocks from Georgia Tech that way in 7585. So a great walking distance to restaurants, nightlife, and just a beautiful building. While I'm walking over to my next destination, I should talk a little bit more about parking. So yeah, everywhere in Midtown, There's parking decks. You're gonna have to pay to park, and you know, every condo unit's gonna have some kind of designated parking spot, but they may not have a visitor spot, or the visitors have to pay. It just really depends on which building you're at. And I'm walking uphill, so I'm breathing heavy right now. Oh my goodness, believe me, I work out, but these hills get me every time. It never gets easier, you just get better, right? So another thing in Midtown is that there's a lot of one-way streets. So you have to get kind of used to that when you first get here, but once you've done it a few times, you kind of figure it out. Forgot to mention this, but there is a Midtown MARTA station right here just off of 10th Street. So a great little spot for basically anyone that lives kind of in the heart of Midtown. You can easily hop on there, get to downtown or to the airport. And I want to go show you, there's a Publix just a block down, but I'll show you the really cool thing about that, so hang on a second. I'm outside the Plaza Midtown, which is actually a set of 2 towers filled with condos. And what's cool about this one side is you can literally take the elevator down to the bottom floor and it'll drop you out right in front of a Publix, which actually inside the Publix. So you don't even have to go outside the building, which is pretty amazing. I mean, who wouldn't want a grocery store in their basement? Now, how adorable is this? There's some apartments here and they have this lovely green space that you can take your dog out. So a lot of different condo places will have a dedicated spot for dogs. So don't think that because you have a dog, you can't live in Midtown, because that's just not the case. A lot of complexes will have some dog-friendly areas to take them outside. All right, so I am outside of Viewpoint, one of Midtown's condos. There were a lot of condo buildings built kind of like in the 2008 timeline, and so there's a lot of them right here along Peachtree and like 6th, 7th, and 8th Streets. But I want to show you an example of a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. This is kind of typical for this area. Again, built in 2008. This one is listed for $557,000. It's 1,223 square feet. It's on the 29th floor. The HOA is $596 a month. There's a gym, a pool, a club room, concierge. There's like 378 units, and that's what you're going to find in a lot of these bigger complexes. But you got everything you need right around here. You got a Euros Brother restaurant, you have a CVS right here, there's a Dunkin' Donuts on one corner, and right across the street is a Starbucks. You've got a SunTrust Bank. So lots of restaurant options. Everything is right here, very walkable, right here at your fingertips, and you're probably only 4 blocks down from the MARTA station. So I'm standing outside the Georgian Hotel, and this is a really neat hotel to go inside. And they have a great restaurant called the Livingston Restaurant and Bar. Really good food. It's a perfect date night spot, especially if you're wanting to go to the Fox Theater to see a show. You could go have dinner, hop across the street, go watch a show. And there's also a club next door called the Marquee. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, so that is a lot of the Midtown for you. I'm going to walk over to where the single family homes are so you can see an example of what a single family home looks like in this area. Y'all, I really should have gotten one of those scooters to ride on. I'm getting a workout, but here's another example of just another construction of, I don't know if it's going to be condos or apartments. My guess is probably apartments, but it's just happening all over. Wherever there's some dirt here in Midtown, they are building a tower. So if you like running, you should check out a Big Peach running company here in Midtown. I used to go here all the time to meet up with fellow runners. That's how I met people when I first moved to Atlanta. They have some running groups, a Tuesday night run group, and then a Saturday morning longer run group of all paces. So great way to meet people. Check that out. A little Amazon Prime action going on in Midtown. Okay, so I'm about 3 blocks down from kind of the main Midtown area, and what a difference. It's so much quieter, but I just want to show you an example of a street here where there's single family homes. Now it's going to be a mixed bag. You're going to get single family homes. They're not going to have big backyards because everything is just scrunched together. So single family homes, you're going to get multi-family homes. Like you have this old apartment complex next to this beautiful Craftsman, and then right across the street another beautiful Craftsman. Let me keep going though, show you a few more options here. So you'll also get homes where it was a Craftsman but they split it up into like a duplex, so you'll see like there's 2 separate doors here. So this is obviously an apartment now, or a duplex, and then again apartments across the street. But I'm going to walk a few more doors down and I'm going to show you a single family home that had sold recently and let you see what that looks like. Okay, as promised, I wanted to show you a single family home. Now this is going to be a very updated bungalow, but here it is right here. Let me put up some pictures for you. So this is a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. It's 4,000 square feet, built in 1909. It sold for $1.475 million. Now it's really well done inside, as you can see. A lovely, lovely house, has really good finishes. It doesn't really have a backyard. It does have an awesome wine rack, but yeah, that's again a higher end bungalow, but you can find some cheaper bungalow options. Now they're only going to be a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom, smaller square footage, and they'll probably be in like the 800s. I think that's the lowest I've seen them recently, but you can get some things under $1 million. All right, you guys, I promised you a modern home, and so this is a newer built modern home. It sold for $1.3 million. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It is around a lot of multifamily units. So you got some older condos over here, some multifamily units right here, and that's just what you're going to get in the Midtown area. It's just a mixed, high density area of apartments, condos, townhomes. But you guys, that is my tour today of Midtown. I hope you enjoyed it. If Midtown was not your jam, stay tuned because I will be posting more vlog tours of Atlanta neighborhoods. So we'll find one that works for you. But if you have any questions in the meantime, put them in that comments box, or you can give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Would love to hear from you and see how I can help you out, answer any questions. But until next time, you guys, I'm gonna go rest my feet. They're tired. I did a lot of walking today, so I'll see you around the neighborhood.